Arab Army eliminates dozens of terrorists, repels their attacks, and discovers tunnels. Head of the state terrorism entity of Israel and Prime Minister of terrorism-involved regime of Erdogan are frontline participants in Paris rally to condemn terrorism. And commemorating the centenary for the Ottoman genocide against Assyrians and Armenians. Good afternoon and welcome to our news bulletin. An official source in the Foreign and Expatriates Ministry said that the Turkish Foreign Minister announced today that Hayat Boumediene, the wife of terrorist Koulibaly, who was killed in the operation of hostage-taking in a store in Paris, has entered Turkey on the 2nd of January and headed towards Syria on the 8th. The source said that such announcement forms an official confession that clarifies that Turkey is still the main crossing point of the foreign terrorist infiltration into Syria and their return to their countries. Such a matter represents a clear violation to the UN Security Council resolutions 2170 and 2178 on countering terrorism. The source added that the movement of terrorism through the Turkish territories is a new evidence on the Turkish government's support of the armed terrorist groups, a matter which makes Turkey a direct partner in the bloodshed of the Syrians, as well as all the innocent people around the world. The source said that Syria is demanding the international community to act to stop the Turkish destructive policies, which are the main source of terrorism in the region. Turkish regime's foreign minister Mualled Cavusoglu admitted earlier in an interview with the Turkish news agency Anadolu Hayat Boumediene's infiltration into Syria through Turkey on the 8th of January. Syrian Arab Army continued operations against the terrorist groups in Jobar, discovering a tunnel network that connects a number of buildings and killed many terrorists inside. A military source said that the tunnel network was 200 meters long, with many branches, one of which leading to a small room used by the terrorists as a cell for holding the kidnapped people and forcing them to dig other tunnels underneath. In Deir ez-Zor, Syrian Arab Army units inflicted heavy casualties among ISIS, killing many of them and destroying a number of their vehicles. A military source said that Syrian Arab Army units repelled an attack by ISIS on fuel warehouses in the village of Ayyash, 10 kilometers away from the center of Deir ez-Zor city, confirming that a large number of terrorists were killed, most of them non-Syrians. Meanwhile, in the areas of Al-Jbeila, Al-Rashadiyya, Al-Huwayqa and others in Deir ez-Zor city, Syrian Arab Army units destroyed several hideouts of the terrorists and 3 of their machine gun-equipped vehicles, as well as 2 other vehicles loaded with ammunition and fuel, in addition to a vehicle for carrying terrorists. The Iraqi army started a wide-range military operation to liberate al-Nibai and al-Kassarat north of Baghdad. In Anbar, the army liberated the 5-kilo area west of al-Ramadi, killing 23 terrorists and encircled them in a number of areas near Heat, north of al-Ramadi. The Iraqi army also tightened its grip on the terrorists west of Anbar. Welcome back. As the terrorism which was supported by France against Syria reversed back to hit the French capital, a huge anti-terrorism rally was held in Paris in consolidation with the victims of Wednesday's attack on Charlie Hebdo magazine. Thousands of people participated in the rally, including heads of states and officials led by the most prominent supporters of terrorism against Syria, and in addition to the French President François Hollande, Prime Minister of the Israeli occupation entity Benjamin Netanyahu, and the Prime Minister of the Justice and Development Government in Turkey, Ahmed Davutoglu, as well as the British Prime Minister David Cameron. The participants carried placards condemning the terrorist attacks in Paris and expressed consolidation with the families of the victims. In the meantime, Armenian organizations in France condemned the participation of Turkish Prime Minister Ahmed Davutoglu in the demonstrations in Paris. The National Office of the Armenian Organizations Council in France stressed that the help of the Justice and Development Party in Turkey to the Takfiri trends, which exported terrorism to Paris, is not a secret anymore. The field facts stress Erdogan's regime's support to terrorists by preparing training camps for them on the Turkish territories and facilitating their infiltration into Syria. A mass was held on the centennial of the Ottoman genocide against the Assyrians, headed by Patriarch Mar Ignatius Ephraim II, Patriarch of Antioch and all the East, and Supreme Head of the Universal Syriac Orthodox Church in Damascus. A number of heads and representatives of several Christian denominations in Syria participated in the Mass, which was held at St. George Patriarchal Cathedral. The Mass was also attended by Minister of Social Affairs Kindal Shammat and members of the People's Assembly. Patriarch Ephraim II said that real martyrdom is the result of defending beliefs and principles, as is the case with the Syrian soldiers who are defending their country against terrorists, criminals and bandits who came from all corners of the globe. He stressed that the genocide committed by the Ottomans aimed at clearing the area ruled by the Ottomans from all non-Muslim denominations, and because the Assyrians and the Syriac who have lived in the area since the 1st century were viewed as alien from the Turkish identity. His Holiness said that the current situation in Syria is similar to the one during the Ottoman genocide, with new criminals embracing the same old mentality of rejecting others and trying to eliminate all those who do not convert to their mentality. He also reiterated that the Middle East Christians will never abandon their land and will never leave it. After the Mass, a moment of silence was observed for the martyrs of Syria and the Assyrians. Then Patriarch Ephraim lit a torch to mark the centennial of the genocide. With this, we conclude our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Sirina, but after a short break.